Located in northern Spain, the Catalonian and country's capital, Barcelona, is one of the most vibrant and cultural cities in Europe. Its quirky buildings by designer and architect Antoni Gaudí are liberally dotted around the city, and it's his work that's largely responsible for Barcelona's fame. Plus, according to the National Geographic, it has the best city beach in the world. So if you're heading for Europe, it's a city that shouldn't be missed off your agenda. Construction started in 1882. Gaudí got involved in 1883. He died 43 years later, and it's still not finished today. That doesn't stop tourists from being able to admire its many different facades, despite construction cranes being a constant in the city's skyline. The aim for completion is 2026, to mark the 100-year anniversary since Gaudí's death. His work is a combination of complex and original designs, interesting shapes, stonework and vibrant colours that tourists flock to. Gaudí became part of the modernist movement, which combined all arts, including architecture and literature. Even if you're not an architectural aficionado, taking time to admire Gaudí's works around the city is well worth the effort. You'll of course need somewhere to stay after all that walking. So how about the Mandarin Oriental?
The hotel is located in the centre of Paseo de Gracia, which is, I guess, better known as the Fifth Avenue of Barcelona or the Champs-Élysées of Paris. Certainly in the very heart of Barcelona, in the Eixample district. So lots of architectural wonders and spectacles that surround us. We have two very well-known restaurants here in Barcelona and in Spain for that matter. Moments by Carme Ruscalleda, who has 7 Michelin stars to her name, 2 of which belong here at Moments. She's an absolute delight and we're very proud to work with her.
Acompaña un equipo humano muy talentoso, muy motivado, que todos defienden cada estrella.
In addition to Carme Ruscalleda, we have Ángel León, who's better known as the chef of the sea here in Spain. He comes from the south of Spain. He's operating our bistro restaurant and has a very interesting take on seafood and the way in which seafood is served and the type of seafood that's served, so it's quite exciting.
Intentamos hacer cosas entendibles, que sean familiares, que sean conocidas, pero que a la vez sean sorprendentes y diferentes, ¿no?
We have our well-known Bankers Bar, which is a hive of activity, very popular amongst the locals in fact. Bankers Bar because it houses vaults. The building used to be a bank. In the summer months, or for the better part of the year really, we've got 2 wonderful terraces, one of which we're sitting in now, Mimosa Terrace. And our rooftop terrace called Terrat.
Terrat boasts 360-degree views of the city. There's a rooftop pool to dip into and cool off if you're visiting the city in the hot summer months. The Premier Suites are a fusion of 70s retro styling and elements of the hotel's Oriental heritage. Space is key. The bathrooms are luxurious with huge glass floor-to-ceiling walls, freestanding deep sunken baths and walk-in rainforest showers.
Our signature treatments based on traditional Chinese medicine, and also there are completely personalized treatments.
The hotel is designed by Patricia Urquiola, who's Spanish, from Asturias. She has definitely put her stamp on this property without question. There's that residential component, yes, there's that Asian feel throughout the property, particularly in the public areas, although there is very much a Spanish/Catalonian flair that exists here.
For wine lovers, a short drive outside of Barcelona will take you to the birthplace of sparkling wine, invented in the early 1870s. Towards the end of the 19th century, Catalonia's vineyards were 80% red wine grapes. Today, thanks to the success of Cava, it's virtually the complete opposite, with white grapes accounting for up to 70% of the vineyards.
We are very near Barcelona, very near. We are only 15 kilometers to Barcelona and 2 kilometers to the Mediterranean Sea. And we have in one natural area, protected area. Here it's not possible to make buildings, to make nothing. Only grapes, only organic grapes. And this is an older area to make the grapes. We like to produce the very clean wines. What is a clean wine for us? No, for us the clean wine is one wine. They talk about where is the area of produce and where is the harvest. Each year changing a little bit, no, and we are the very good sparkling for us, no, and very good white wine for the aging. I like the very good white wine for aging.
And then there's the all-important tasting, arguably the most important part of any vineyard tour. But how about combining wine tasting with yoga?
So we make a yoga class, we walk in the vineyard, and then we come here and we are tasting our natural, our sulfite-free wines. And just looking at Barcelona from 10 kilometers away. Of course, if we go by a highway, we are 20 kilometers.
At Alta Alelia Vineyard, it's about more than just sampling their wines. You can tour the vineyards on quad or push bikes, and with the location on the hillside and just 10 minutes from the beach of Maresme, the views are simply breathtaking. Barcelona is a city that knows how to please everyone. Whether you're casting off on a voyage of culture, learning about the design foundations of Gaudí's architecture, or tantalizing your taste buds with wines of the region, Barcelona is a city that will leave you begging for more. London, the capital of England and arguably a city that should be on everyone's must-visit list. If you're looking for a holiday destination that's steeped in history, boasts an eclectic mix of architecture, including some of the world's most famous buildings, has fantastic transport links and palaces fit for royalty, then London is the place for you. So where better to start your tour of London than Buckingham Palace, which has served as the official London residence of Britain's sovereigns since 1837. Thousands of tourists flock to the palace every day and watch the changing of the guards, and when the Union Jack flag is flying, you know that Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II is not in residence. In the West End alone, there's approximately 40 theatres to choose from, and with hundreds of miles of London's streets to explore, the Mall, leading directly to Buckingham Palace, is well worth a stroll. St Paul's Cathedral, the masterpiece of Britain's most famous architect Sir Christopher Wren, was built between 1675 and 1710, its predecessor having been destroyed during the Great Fire of London. St Paul's was the first cathedral to be built after Henry VIII removed the Church of England from the jurisdiction of the Pope and the Crown took control of the life of the church. It's an imposing cathedral, and despite a large number of modern buildings surrounding its location, the view is still spectacular today. There are hundreds of hotels to choose from in London, but if you want to be close to Wren's masterpiece, then the 5-star Grange St Paul's is probably your best choice.
We simply try to identify what our customers want and try to deliver it, and light and air are two things that we think are important to them and therefore to us. London has some amazingly iconic features, and St Paul's Cathedral is one of them. We have other hotels near the British Museum and near the Tower of London, and that we're very fortunate to be able to identify sites that could lend themselves to a new life as hotels. The opportunities for the access to the West End, to go to the city, to engage in all the life and activity and the vibrancy of London from such areas as St Paul's is a unique thing. The most unique thing about our hotels, of course, is its location. Well, when you're tired of London, you're tired of life, as the saying goes. There are so many different things about London. The theatres and the choice of restaurants and bars, the iconic landmarks, the activities, so many different things that you can see in London. Whatever your choice, if it's cultural, if it's heritage, if it's sporting, if it's activity, if it's day life, nightlife, there's plenty to do.
The Houses of Parliament building, which homes the famous Big Ben, is another iconic London landmark. Also known as the Palace of Westminster, it's the meeting place of politicians in the United Kingdom and home to the House of Lords. Shopping and capital cities tend to go hand in hand. London is no exception, and nowhere epitomises luxury shopping more than the famous Harrods store. With more places than you could visit in one trip, planning is key for London, as not all tourist attractions such as Buckingham Palace are open all year round. But no matter how many times you visit London, you'll never get bored with the views.
Never complacent, never tired. You can't replace, you could never rebuild St Paul's Cathedral or the Tower of London or the British Museum. It would take just too much to do so. So we just value and treasure those things. There are protected views of St Paul's Cathedral for the right reasons, that people want to see it and they want to go and feel and touch it.
And with hotels opposite such iconic London landmarks, it's no wonder many of the world's rich, famous and sporting personalities have stayed at the Grange hotels.
many film stars, we've had presidents of countries, well-known presidents from some of the biggest countries in the world. That should give you a hint. But sporting personalities, actors and actresses, pop stars and so on, stay in our hotels regularly. And actually, I don't mention their names because, of course, the reason why they stay here is because we're discreet. And we don't shout about that fact. We welcome them and they know that they'll get a personalised service. One of the features about independent hotels is that we think longer term about those sort of relationships and relationships with our clients.
When discretion is clearly the name of the game and a penthouse balcony directly opposite St Paul's Cathedral, it's not surprising the rich and famous stay at the Grange hotels. The hotels also hosted some of the city's biggest charity events and lavish weddings.
Grange Hotels have got a legacy with international sport. So we've had sports teams. We were the headquarters of the International Paralympics movement for 2012 Olympics. I think we had 8 or 9 of the major sporting organisations staying with us. We have international sports teams from all kinds of different sports, from cricket, football, NBA, and so on, staying with us on a regular basis. So the sports bar attracts a lot of attention. Lots of cricket and other football, hockey, ice hockey, baseball, sporting memorabilia. It tends to be self-perpetuating. They want to come in, sports teams come to us, and we like to accommodate them. In general, they're very well disciplined. They're lovely people to have around the hotels, and they always give us one unique selling feature. Nearly everything that's been in the sports bar has been signed while people have been here.
It's unlikely, but if you did only have time for one excursion in London, then afternoon tea at the famous Dorchester Hotel is a must.
I think you want to look at the surrounding, the welcoming, the warmth, the fact you're feeling very personalized and very, very special. You won't be actually one of the guests, part of the group. You're always going to be treated as the only guest existing in the world on that particular moment. And that's going to make the afternoon tea very special. The way we interact with the guests, we are silver serving the sandwiches. We're offering to spread the cream and the jam for the guests as well. And plus offering additional part of the service, actually adding a lot of positive notes to the experience.
Now, if time really isn't on your side during your visit to London, then a helicopter tour of the city is the quickest way of getting around and seeing many of the capital's famous sights. With the London helicopter tours, you'll fly along the Thames River, taking in the Shard, London Eye, Houses of Parliament, London Bridge and the Gherkin. It is very indulgent travelling by helicopter, but this is the luxury travel show after all, so a little bit of celebrity lifestyle should certainly be indulged. Plus, when the city's skyline is as impressive as London's, this experience is a must.
Well, we try to create an experiential feeling in the hotel, so you can experience all kinds of different things. And well-being is at the heart of and embodied in Grange hotels generally. We tend to build spas and health clubs and swimming pools and so on, and we run them ourselves. That means that we can control the standard. Decent-sized swimming pools, 18 or 25 metres, lots of water and spa activities, hammam, tebidarium, Lanconium, sauna, steam rooms and so on. A wonderful therapist, a wide range of treatments, so that when you have come out of London and you want to make your day even more productive, you can perhaps relax in our sunroom, go and enjoy the spa facilities and perhaps be refreshed and rejuvenated to go and make the best of a productive day the next day.
The Ajala Spa at the Grange St Paul's is home to London's only commercial sun therapy lounge, which safely and therapeutically replicates natural sunlight using spectrum lighting and infrared heat. The spa's name, Ajala, is the Sanskrit word for earth, taken from the philosophical language of Buddhism, and this spa is all about relaxing the mind, body and soul. Even when the sun's setting on London, the views are equally as breathtaking, and it's difficult to tear yourself away from walking that extra mile to see the capital in a whole new light. Like New York, London is a city that never sleeps, so after you've refreshed your weary legs at the hotel's spa, there's a whole new side of London to explore at night.